everyone, this is Anna Stanton. I hope you're having a fabulous day. I want to talk about two things that come together or may not come together for you, as I have been a witness to in my life. Those two things are success and happiness. Do they go together? Well, let's hope so, because this is something that ultimately most of us are chasing after, some form of success in order to be happy. So I don't know about you, but I've spent a lot of my life achieving a lot of different goals in many different facets of my life, career and personal business. And what I've noticed is that it's been, in order to, the chasing after, hoping to feel good enough, be successful enough. Am I good enough yet? Have I got enough yet? Have I achieved enough yet? All those sorts of things. Hoping to feel a sense of happiness and fulfillment and contentment inside. And I'm wondering, whether you've allowed that to catch up to you. Is it there, within yourself when you actually do succeed? Or are you noticing that you're moving forward in some way, but yet you're not actually acknowledging the success that you are achieving along the way, which is what happens with a lot of my clients behind closed doors. We tend to have a lot of these types of conversations when we're high achievers, we're go-getters, we're goal setters, whoever, whichever category you find yourself in. And even if you're in a sense of, feeling like you haven't achieved what it is that you truly want to achieve in your life. So one of the things that I found personally in my life and professionally is the more I chased after, the more success, happiness, fulfillment, contentment, everything from inside out eluded me. The more I ended up having to chase after even more. So I've committed my life now to living with success and the definition of what success is to me from inside out, so that it marries up in a way that I feel a sense of happiness, contentment, fulfillment from inside out as often as I can throughout the day, that I catch it. Now, I'm a very head person, strategic person. It's just a natural part of my visionary nature. And if you're that type of personality as well, where you're trying to get ahead, you've got the to-do list, you've got the goal list, you've got the action plan, you've got the strategy, and you're actually trying to get ahead in your head. But the irony is you can never get ahead without being here first. I'll say that again. You can never get ahead without being here first. So by being here first means being in the here and now. It means, what does fulfillment, success, happiness, contentment, joy, fun, all those, words, that the emotive words that we're actually chasing after, hoping that success will give us. So the key here, and this is what I've been a living witness to this, the more I live in the moment with identifying what this action is that I'm taking right now and fully living it with every fibre of my being, like I chose to do this action right here, right now. Let's take that on and you're feeling it from inside out. Yeah. So for example, I caught myself when I was walking my dog. Now, I absolutely love walking my dog in nature every day, but often I catch myself planning and strategizing in my head about what I have to do when I get back. So in other words, I'm doing the walk instead of being inside the walk. Make sense? So when you're consciously focusing in with your body and your mind and your heart and your soul, being here now in the activity of, let's call it, I'm walking the dog, whether it's taking the kids to school, whether it's connecting, communicating with a colleague, whatever it is, be there in that moment from inside out. Feel the connection of another human being. So for example, when I'm walking in nature, I make sure that I feel the connection and talk to my dog. I'm right there. I also connect with nature so that I let nature in and feel the nature and the vastity of nature, the freedom of nature. because that's how I want to live my life, with freedom. So I need to feel that feeling from inside out, so that every moment, every day, no matter what I'm doing in my life at whatever given time, yeah, then I'm feeling a sense of that spaciousness that nature gives, that freedom that nature gives, that complexity that nature gives as well, that we don't have it all controlled, and that everything has a season of some kind. In other words, we make the present perfect. Easier said than done. This is a practice, and I'm sure it will be an ongoing practice for me forevermore. And when I say practice, I don't mean practice makes perfect, because I don't believe in perfection. It's purely noticing what it is that you want to practice inside your day as a routine. So, for example, I have a daily practice of meditation. I have a daily practice of exercise. I have a daily practice of walking my dog. I have a daily practice of connecting with my husband. I have a daily practice of connecting with my clients. I have a daily practice of, being fully present and connected. That is, when you can actually identify what is your daily practice that has you stay in alignment from inside out, that is where, instead of chasing after success, success will come towards you whilst you're in action, doing the things that are important to you. That comes from inside, the inspired action, not the chasing after of the to-do list. Now, inspired action also comes under the category of responsibilities, right? So a lot of my clients, who are busy people, also have busy family lives. And what they've noticed is they've brought these beautiful children into the world, and their heart is aching because they're not present. They're living from the to-do list of what has to be done, because yes, it's responsibilities in bringing up the children, in paying the bills, in making sure that the career and the business and whatever, path it is that you've chosen is, flowing in some way, keeping it going, right? And somehow we've got it in our mind that we need to hurry. And that word hustle, can we delete that word? Okay? Because less is more. The more you are in alignment from inside out, from in your body, you're feeling a sense of calmness. You're feeling a sense of, what is the action I'm taking right now? Let's focus in on that with every fibre of the being. In the moment, in the moment, in the moment. Everything will get done. It's a practice. Because the head will tell you to hurry. The head will tell you to chase after. The head will tell you it's not enough yet. I'm not doing enough yet. I haven't achieved enough yet. Or the children haven't achieved enough yet. Whatever the case might be, only you know what it is that you're driving yourself crazy with, from the neck up, whereby if you start to live from the neck down in the way of your feeling the choices, the inspired, and it'll be an idea, it'll be an inkling, it'll be an intuitiveness, it'll be an aha moment, it'll be the moment that says, I keep pushing this aside and I wish I had time for that. When you start to pay attention to those areas that you keep pushing aside, or that as one of my clients said to me the other day, my daughter keeps saying that you're not listening to me, Mum. And I asked, well, are you listening? And she said, no, I'm just so busy. I'm realising I'm there, but I'm not there. Right? So we're all doing it, and we're doing the best we can. I'm saying we're all doing the best we can with where we're at. But if you want success, happiness, fulfillment, contentment, joy, fun, then whatever it is that you want on the outside, you've got to feel it on the inside first. Feel those feelings. And you look in your life where you already have those, versus chasing after the next, chasing after the next, chasing after the next. Yeah. So for me, all my life, I've been chasing after goals. I've been chasing after awards. I've been chasing after, whatever the case might be in different areas of my life that I thought would have me feel good enough, would have me feel acknowledged, would have me feel recognised in the world, in some way with, in my personal and professional life. And I kept falling flat. I kept falling into this dark hole of what's going on? Why isn't it working? I'm accumulating a lot. I've done a lot. I've achieved a lot. You can see the awards behind me, and that's just a grain of sand in the ocean. When I started to define what success was from inside out, by being fully present, by listening into the inner voice and the inner vision on the inside versus chasing after the externals on the outside, that is when you will truly master your life in a way that you know that you're in alignment. You're not comparing with other people, with what they have, what they're doing, what title they might have, how much money they're making. It's driving everyone crazy, and we're all getting out of alignment. And I truly believe that each and every one of us is born with strengths, gifts, talents, abilities, life experiences, background, knowledge. Whatever career path you're in now, you're meant to be in that area to learn something. No matter what position you're in, no matter what relationship you're in, there is something there for you to be learning about yourself. The day I stopped pointing the finger out there, especially in the relationships that I was in, was the day that I realised that 3 fingers were coming back. And that was when I knew that I was a common denominator. And if I had the power of that, then I also had the power within myself. You do too. Each and every one of us does. So instead of chasing after success and happiness, hoping for fulfillment, contentment, joy, hoping to somewhere, someday, some way you will arrive. As I say to my clients, I want you to know that you have arrived. There is nowhere to get to. Hallelujah. Now let's be here now. Because the more you chase after, the more you avoid being here and now. And where the gift is, and where the joy is, and where the next, oh my God, idea comes from within yourself. It's not from looking out. And innovation comes from inside, not from looking outside, right? So it's about inspirational. What is an inspired action? The inspired action comes to and through you. It's not forced. And it's something that you just feel is your obvious next step, that you know that you want to take, and that you're actually right there. And in that moment, you have the alignment of the time, the energy, the money, the resources, the know-how, the capability. And if you don't have that lined up, then check in to see whether it's an action that you might be forcing yourself to take when you might not be in alignment yet with all those particular areas that are important for it to be in what I like to call the free flow zone, to be in a zone where you're living and working in your zone. No one else's, it's yours. And only you know whether it's a flow with ease or whether you're forcing through motivation. It's not sustainable. So if that's something that you're interested in speaking to me about, then please feel free to connect with me. I do one-on-one coaching. That's something that I love and absolutely am passionate about, because we can get to the core of what's really going on, and we can move you in a direction that honours the alignment of who you truly are, what's important to you, the inner vision, the inner voice, collaborating together, and you taking the inspired action so that you're not wasting time, energy, money and your resources any longer. And you're ultimately living a life that is, whether it's a calling, whether it's something that you know is inside of you. Some people say it's a sense of, I know there's more to me. It's that voice, right? But it's not the push. And it's not about gaining more knowledge. It's not about that. It's about listening into the wisdom from within. And the wisdom from within comes from one moment at a time. Ring that person. Move in this direction. Take that step. And you might not even know why. And it will be the simplest steps. But I can assure you, it will move you in some form of direction that you didn't know. But if you're trying to work out the next step, it won't come to and through you. And any step that you do take, through force, through I hope to get ahead, will just drain your energy. So if you're tired at the end of the day, then you're not in alignment. This is what I'm here to help you and help people on this planet to do, is to help them be in alignment, because I know this is the journey that I've been living all my life. And I've been studying it, I've been breathing it, I've been living it, and I've been practicing it each and every moment of the day. It's a courageous journey. to trust from inside out, and to not compare what other people are doing, and to follow the masses. Not to follow the masses, but to trust in your inner vision and your inner voice and your inner calling in each moment of the day. And only you know what is right for you, nobody else. And that is how I work. So if that's something that you're interested, this is Annette Stanton. Please feel free to connect with me, ask any questions, and I offer one-on-one coaching, and that's something that if you want to have a conversation about, please feel free to contact me. Thank you once again, and yes, I coach all over the world, so that's something that I'm very passionate about, is my global vision. So have a fabulous day once again, and thanks for tuning in. Bye for now.